What's the funniest way you accidentally put yourself in the hospital? I've always prided myself on being a practical joker. Nothing malicious, just harmless pranks to get a laugh. My wife Maria says I have the maturity of a 12-year-old trapped in a 43-year-old's body. She's not wrong. Last Thanksgiving, my brother-in-law Tony brought his new girlfriend to dinner. She was a yoga instructor who took herself very seriously. Throughout dinner, she kept talking about her incredible flexibility and how most people couldn't dream of achieving her level of physical mastery. The wine was flowing, and my inner 12-year-old was getting restless. As she described a particularly difficult pose, I blurted out, "That's nothing. I can put both legs behind my head while standing on one hand." The table went quiet. Maria shot me her "don't you dare" look. Really? Tony's girlfriend raised an eyebrow. I find that hard to believe. I should have backed down. Instead, I doubled down. "After dessert, I'll show everyone." Maria kicked me under the table. "Honey, remember your back?" I ignored her warning. My back had been fine for months, and besides, I wasn't actually going to attempt anything. I just planned to make a funny show of warming up and then accidentally knock something over as a distraction. Dessert came and went. Everyone had forgotten my boast except Tony's girlfriend, who pointedly asked, "Weren't you going to demonstrate that impossible pose?" My brother-in-law smirked. "Yeah, let's see this circus act." The rational part of my brain was screaming to make a joke and move on, but 2 glasses of wine had effectively silenced that voice. "Just need to stretch first," I said, standing up dramatically in our living room. I started with some exaggerated stretches, getting laughs from everyone except Maria, who was nervously stacking dessert plates. My plan was working perfectly. Then I made my critical mistake. Tony's girlfriend said, "That's not how you prepare for an advanced pose," and proceeded to demonstrate a proper stretch that, I have to admit, was impressive. Something primitive awakened in me, a competitive spirit I didn't know I had. I thought, I bet I actually could get my leg pretty high. I grabbed my right ankle and attempted to lift it. Higher, higher. Everyone was watching now. I felt a slight twinge in my lower back, but ignored it. The leg was almost shoulder height when I heard a sound that resembled celery being snapped in half. The pain was immediate and breathtaking. I crumpled to the floor with a howl that sent the cat flying out of the room. "I told you!" Maria was already reaching for her phone. "Don't move!" Through tears, I gasped, "I think I'm fine," and attempted to prove it by rolling onto my side, which triggered a pain so intense I actually blacked out for a second. The ER doctor later told me I had herniated 2 discs and pulled multiple muscles in my lower back. "What were you trying to do exactly?" he asked while reviewing my scans. "Prove a point that didn't need proving," Maria answered for me. I spent 3 days in the hospital on muscle relaxants and pain medication. Tony's girlfriend sent a get-well card with a pamphlet for beginners yoga classes. The worst part wasn't the pain or the hospital stay. It was Maria's restraint. She never once said, "I told you so." She just sat beside my bed, holding my hand, occasionally sighing in that way that communicated both love and exasperation. When we finally got home, I promised to retire from practical jokes and feats of physical prowess. "Don't make promises you can't keep," she said, helping me to the couch. "Just promise you'll listen to me next time." "I promise," I said, meaning it completely in that moment. We both knew it probably wouldn't last, but that's marriage. Loving someone despite knowing exactly how they'll disappoint you next.